Yo, wagwan interwebs, it's that guy. It's knotlocks, not nation. I'm happy to be here today doing another dreadlock review. Today we are talking about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne being one of the most influential, dreadspirational individuals of this millennium, and including myself. He was the one that got me initially fascinated with dreadlocks. He was one of the first artists that I was really, I guess, obsessed with at the time, that went with the dreadlock route and showed me the dreadlock journeys, and it made me realize that, yeah, I want to grow my hair out just like Wayne. And this is what had happened over the years. A lot of speculation on Tunchi's locks as of lately, because he's been through a lot with his health. He's been through a lot with his stress and his work, leading to kind of like some thinning and some balding and some breakage of some locks. But we know Wayne now to be honorable and dedicated to rocking the locks until the wheels fall off, and that is something that's actually admirable, despite as much people might think that it's ugly having dreadlocks when you're balding. I mean, he's holding it down because he knows within himself, once a dread, always a dread. And I truly appreciate that, so thank you, Wayne. Today we are reacting to Lil Wayne's video, Big Worm. I watched this video the other day, so it won't be a genuine reaction, but I do have a lot to say regarding his look here, because what it turns out to be is that Lil Wayne gave us a dreadlock journey, he gave us a dreadlock evolution of his own within this music video, and I think that's crazy. It's never been done before in the rap game, a video like this, besides maybe, like, I feel like this is inspired from Michael Jackson's Black and White video from time ago, but this one, just the Wayne version. So without further ado, let's jump into this dreadlock review of Lil Wayne and his current state of locks, plus his evolution of locks within this video on Big Worm. So the video starts off with him very simple, just blazing in front of a black screen, and you know, he goes into his tune, and we can see his hair these days that it looks like a lot of them on the top have broken off. He has put a lot of bleach into his hair, and he has dyed it a bunch, so that's why we see so much discoloration. Honestly, even some breakage, maybe from the amount of bleach that he has put in his hair. But if you look at his scalp, he's got new growth that isn't manipulated. He's not in with the retwist or the interlocking anymore like he once used to be. He's just really free-forming it, but his hair is growing slower. And the cool thing about this video is that, as you can see, he morphs into older versions of Wayne. So the first version of Wayne is actually Lollipop Wayne from, you know, when he got really big, Lil Wayne on the Carter 3 with the song Lollipop, Lollipop. And these dreads were very manipulated at this point in his life. They were twisted right down to his scalp. They were mighty long. They were actually probably like 6, 7, 8 years long at this point. But they were over maintained. So you can see his hair here, how it was very thin locks, very plentiful locks. And then he morphs back into the current Wayne. Like, that shit is crazy. That's such a cool effect that he's got going on for this music video. So compared to that Lollipop Wayne versus current Wayne, you can see a big difference in the way that his locks were and how they are now. Honestly, I like the freeform locks over those maintained locks that he was just showing. Now he morphs into Hot Boy Wayne. This was the Wayne that I had first started listening to when I was a kid. And I personally didn't like Wayne at this time. I didn't like his flow. I didn't like his voice. I didn't think that he rhymed even. I didn't think his words rhymed. So when I first heard Wayne, I wasn't really a fan. But then I had heard like a couple other songs from the Hot Boy album, and he started to grow on me at this point when he had his cornrows like this. So this obviously very inspired me as well. I used to have cornrows like this back in the day. Rocking headbands in the same way, and it's crazy to see Lil Wayne without any face tattoos really at this point. Such a cool effect, and all the face tats morph back in with the current state of hair. Big tune. It's a big tune. Really love the effects of this video and how he's actually going through about it and morphing through it. So the next morph here actually turns into Shooter Wayne from the Carter 2. So here we get Shooter Wayne coming in, and again he's got these locks now maintained once again. This would have been before Lollipop Wayne. So these would have been the same dreadlocks that Lollipop Wayne had, but this is when the Shooter came out. I was a big fan of Lil Wayne at this point, Carter 1, Carter 2. This is probably all I was ever listening to. This and Dipset and G-Unit at the time. Those are my go-tos. So this hairstyle here is actually a very big go-to for a lot of people because of Wayne in this era. Guys like Waka Flocka and Little John were all in this same era, and this is when we saw a lot of the same type of dreads floating around. Really cool to see that they popped up here with the Shooter Wayne. You know, he morphs back into freeform Wayne. Really cool to see that. I mean, it's crazy to see the difference in maintained locks versus freeform locks. And it's crazy to see that also that he didn't start messing around with bleach and dye until he went freeform. Up until then, he was pretty natural with his hair color, at least. Anyways, so moving on from this Wayne, he moves into the Carter 1 Wayne. And Carter 1 Wayne was when the dreadlocks really first started to happen. And at this point, these look freeformed, although they were more so like, I want to say crocheted more than anything, but they were thicker at the time because they were baby dreads. This honestly might have been one of my favorite dread stages on Wayne. This is like that dread fro stage that's kind of crazy on its own. In a sense, kind of reminds me of Bob Marley locks. In this animation, you can see how they kind of motion tracked the dreads to his head here. But Carter 1 Wayne definitely holding on to some influential dreadlocks. And who would have thought that, you know, 20 years ago, Wayne's dreadlocks would still be relevant today? And this video is crazy because it's going through the journey and the evolution of Wayne's locks from the beginning. And essentially, he still had the same dreads since then. He hasn't cut them off at all. He's just changed the way he's been styling and growing with them. And, you know, that's very honorable to me. That's very, very honorable. So within this video now, I think there's one more morph that comes into play. No. So there was one more morph that comes into play here. Lil Wayne goes into the Carter 4 Wayne from the Mirror music video, and this comes here. Well, first before we go to the 4, check out this. Wayne's locks at the moment. Okay, Wayne's locks at the moment here are mainly at the back of his head. They're mainly where the plica polonica would form. Wayne, if you're watching this video, and please God, say you're watching this video, grow the plica. No more separation, because the plica is going to be your strongest friend right now. I've never encouraged anyone to grow a plica before, but Wayne, it's for you, bro. It's for you. I swear. And it's crazy to see this one little thin dread on the side of his head. He's still smiling. This dread right here, this thin ass dread right here, looks pretty cool. Very thin. That's got to be his thinnest dread that he's got. So just noticing like the dreads on the top of his head have broken off and thinned out. The ones at the back have thickened up and gotten longer. You know, that's just the way that his hair is growing. You know, and I love that he's wearing his hair down without any cares. He doesn't care what people say or think about his locks. Like, it's cool to see him really holding on to them. And here's the Wayne 4. You know, long, really thin, long dreads. You know, at this point he probably would have had over 100, 200 dreads on his head, and now he's down to like just a few in a sense, right? So it really comes down to what you guys think of Lil Wayne's locks, and which era of Wayne's locks do you like the most? Honestly, I really like the beginning era when his locks were first growing out, and I like his current stage right now because, Watching this video, I see that he's still smiling, he's still singing and laughing. He's not upset about his hair falling out. He's not upset about what people might be saying about him on the internet. Wayne, you're a legend. Your locks are inspirational. You had the dedication that showed us, you know, how to accept ourselves with the hair that we really want and the way that it grows. You know, so we appreciate you for that, Lil Wayne. And that's all I really got to say on this dreadlock evolution. So please smash that like button down below. Let's get this to 10,000 likes. I know it's going to be pretty easy to do that. So let's just hit that like button before Sasquatch snatches you and takes you to the forest. It's pretty simple. Anyways, I'm going to head out. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, peace out. One love. Stay happy and natty, and buy some merch. It's on sale in the store right now. I'll see you guys later. I'm gone.
Dreadlock.